Hello and welcome to Squid Pro Quo, a Squid Game podcast where there are only 3 rules. 1, a player is not allowed to stop podcasting. 2, a player who refuses to podcast will be eliminated. And 3, the podcast will be terminated if the majority agrees. I'm Sean.
And I'm Mike, and we're the Squid Boys, back for episode 2, titled Catch.
Great episode title, great game.
Yeah.
Not to get too ahead of myself here, but so let's jump back a second. Mike, what happened on this day?
Oh, well, it's not what happened on today's day. It's what happened yesterday. And yesterday, former vice president and excellent hunter Dick Cheney passed away. That's what happened.
He always hit his target.
He did. I'm probably cutting that. Anyway, Sean, let's get into this episode. Let's talk about it. So, we have unresolved things from the previous episode, namely the last round of six-legged race. I've thought about what I hypothesized last time some more. I do think that they had everybody watch every game.
Okay.
Like once the winners got in there, they had them watch the games. That's what I think. But he wasn't aware of that, is because he was the round right before. I feel like.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe that's not true.
They're not in that room. Okay. Because I was gonna say, she was surprised when she found out that he watched. But if she was in the white room or whatever, waiting,
right?
Then,
she wouldn't.
Then nobody would know until they get. Yeah, they were only showing it in here to the winners. Okay. Yeah. No, I can buy that.
Only the winners would be shown. So, not to get into the minutia of it, but there is one point where it looks like Zoe is going to lose. Glass's guy on the other team was a absolute legend at Goji.
Dude, they had a pretty strong start in general. 0-2-2 on Zoe's team, gets the ball on the first try. Redhead, not killing it. Okay.
No, she didn't do great.
098 hits on Zoe's team, hits the rock on the first try, and then 063 on the other team does it immediately as well. So I was actually kind of impressed that they both pretty much immediately got the rock, because I think we said last time that feels like the most difficult.
It seems like one of the easier ones. It's just has the biggest consequences if you don't get it, right? Because you have to walk your team all the way over.
As we learned in this episode, there was another bigger consequence that we were not aware of in the first episode.
Yes, which is really brilliant and funny to me. Yeah. That both teams get stuck on the house of cards, which we didn't talk about this last episode, Sean. Is this that hard?
Here's the thing. My mind wants me to go, it's not that hard. But then I'm in the position, and I would probably be the girl, I should have told you guys that my hands shake.
Yeah, true.
I just knocked over a cup. Yeah, I want to say that that it looks like it would be really easy, but I feel like if I say that, if I'm ever in this situation, I'm fucked.
Sean, that's what's brilliant about this, is we are never going to be in this situation.
Who knows? Maybe, here's the thing. We've got to be one of the top-rated Squid Game The Challenge podcasts, So what if season 9 or 10, when they're like, we're going to bring on all of the celebrity podcast hosts to do
and
this
we're
one.
the celebrities?
Yeah. Because there's no other ones. So it's actually
dreaming,
just you and me competing in Squid Game, because there's no other Squid Game podcasts.
And then on that note, they also are repeating games at that point.
Yeah.
So this is quite a scenario you've painted for us here.
They're repeating games at that point, so we just get to fucking fail at all the things that we've talked shit about from frame one.
No, that's the beauty of this show, is I'm never going to have to do any of this, so I can sit here confidently and go, oh yeah, these guys suck at this. This would be easy.
We should start a GoFundMe to lock Mike in a room and force him to play all these games.
Hey, if it's enough money, I'll do it. So Zoe eventually does the House of Cards, and then Homeboy on her team with the Jeggy bounces it off his knee twice and then hits like a side
cheating.
foot. Yeah, Tara and I were talking about that because Tara watched this with me again. And I was like, I feel like you shouldn't be able to use your knee. I feel like that's cheating.
Yeah, I'm in full agreement. When Zoe was going to do the House of Cards, I was thinking like, she's a cheerleader. She's got to have steady hands, right?
Well, and Tara pointed out, oh, she picks House of Cards. I go, yeah, but she knows how to like do pyramids. She's a cheerleader.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons why that should have worked for her better.
But you know what? I have to say, she goes, I'm shaking so bad. And as we saw last episode, you could be shaking so much worse.
Yeah, you could be putting the cards in your mouth.
Like, you're really, like, you're kind of actually killing it right now, comparatively.
Right. So it's a big fun reunion with Zoe and her dad, and to your kind of not conspiracy, but your take on Zoe last episode, she runs in and hugs him, and he's like, we're never getting separated again. And then another girl walks up, and she just like ignores her dad. Immediately. And it's like, oh no, Sean was right.
When they like survive at the end, one of the guys on her team is like, we're bringing you home to your dad. We're bringing you home to your dad. I'm like, all right, they weren't going to actually shoot you. It's not that serious.
In one of the loading screens after this, they show this vending machine that they have later, which I'm still not sure what the deal with that is. Kurt sleeping shirtless.
Yeah. First time I think we've seen in the show.
Kurt just showing us everything.
Yeah.
Which is like, hey, you know what, Kurt? Do your thing, brother. I'm not mad at you.
You know, he's very comfortable here.
A lot of people had undershirts, not Kurt. Kurt said, I'm just going shirtless.
No. He said, are you fucking kidding me? It's hot. It's got to be hot in that bitch.
Our good friend Mark gets up and does a jig and says he feels gorgeous. And he's blowing kisses to people.
Mark is really straddling the line throughout this whole episode of being a beautiful soul half the time, and the other half the time is like, it's a little creepy. It's a little weird. It's maybe calm down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he's talked a big game about his fiance the last episode, and he immediately walks up.
He's got his hands all over some women in this episode.
The pink-haired girl.
I thought that was a little weird.
We get some Viper, and I don't remember the other guy's name, but the really raggedy looking guy. They start talking about how I can't believe people wake up and immediately want to talk to people. And I was like, you know, that's real.
Oh, yeah. He goes, I call those people's murderers, dude. They're serial killers.
Yeah. Viper's not a person's name, by the way. I just want to say, is his name truly Viper? That's not someone's name.
It might be.
I just don't think it is.
I mean, you don't know that for sure, you know?
We get a lot of new characters this episode, which I think is nice because, like we talked about in our categories, we were like, "Hey, who's the winner?" And I'm like, I don't think they've shown us the winner yet. But we get the front man. He's like twirling a coin, a good boy coin in his hands, and he pops open the door for this like weird vending machine room. The guy that goes in, Ryan 272, who I'm convinced is a lost Culkin brother, walks in.
Oh my god, you're so right. Oh my god, dude, he is. He is a Culkin brother.
Ryan Culkin. He's the lost Culkin brother. And it says one coin equals treat.
I'm actually about to change the name in the list to Ryan Culkin.
Yeah.
In quotes.
There's a coin in the machine, so they get cookies and start eating cookies. And I'm still kind of like, what's the deal with this good boy coin vending machine?
I have a question. How do you feel about the like increase in the amount of like showing the guards as if they're like these characters doing things?
Yeah, I told you it's like the loading screen stuff. It's. I think they decided we want this to be more in line with the show in that regard. Yeah. So they're like showing them doing things like they're actual guards.
Yeah.
Or characters, but they're really not. And And yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I haven't decided yet.
Okay, yeah.
It'd be cool if there's some like something that happens that like pays that off and makes that worth it. I don't know what that could be, and I doubt it. But it's kind of like you wanting the front man to pull off his mask,
and be somebody. Yeah.
And be somebody.
Yeah.
We actually had a comment about that I'll quick sidebar to in our Discord, which you can join Discord, links in the description.
Yeah, Fabio said, what if the frontman takes his mask off at the end of the show and it's the actor for the American Squid Games frontman? Like, that's how they reveal the actor for the show as like a crossover bit.
It's Chris Pratt.
I'm
Chris
only
Pratt is
okay
the
with
front
this.
Man.
I'm only okay with this if he's doing the hands out for the Raptors thing from Jurassic World.
No, just take the Mario casting announcement and just make him the front man instead of Mario.
Yeah. And he has to have like
Jack Black is Gi-hoon. I've played these games before. I'm in the Squid Games doing all kinds of shit.
Okay. Question for the audience. If you're at Netflix, okay, and they're casting the American Squid Game, and like the vibes are, the two casting notes you've gotten is Chris Pratt is the front man and Jack Black is Gi-hoon. I want to pitch for another cast member that fits that vibe. I want who would you add to the American version? Yeah, who's Sang-woo, or any of the characters that could be from season 1 or 2 that is in the same like spirit as Jack Black or Chris Pratt?
Yeah. It's got to be like Keanu Reeves or something.
I think he should play the baby.
Keanu Reeves is the baby. Oh no. I was gonna say he's the Dadachi guy.
Oh, that's kind of really good.
I know it is.
That's kind of. Here's the thing. I actually like that. So
I know it's really good.
So it's like, I don't think that's the spirit of Chris Pratt or Jack Black, because that's one where I'd actually be like, okay, all right.
Yeah, no, that's actually good casting.
That's actually good
Chris
casting.
Pratt, Jack Black nonsense.
Yeah.
So anyway, to get us back on track, Ryan Culkin goes to tell people about the cookies, and everybody's like, "Oh hell no, this is a trap. We don't want nothing to do with this." And he's kind of bummed because he's like, everybody's so skeptical.
I feel like I would be kind of worried about like going out and being like, "Hey everybody, come with me into this secret room. Come on, guys."
Yeah, no, for sure, because it's very similar to. Remember in first season there was that one guy that like he got the phone call, he answered the phone.
Oh yes.
And he had to like try and convince somebody else to answer the phone, and he was like, "Yo, they got pizza or whatever. If you answer the phone," and everybody's like, "Yeah, fuck you, buddy."
Yeah, fucking right.
Yeah. So we did get some foreshadowing here from Mike the musician as he's talking with some people, and he talks about how he was really bad at the stone throw. Which he was.
He was really bad at the stone throw.
He was really bad. Musicians not known for throwing stones, but
I gotta say, after this episode, I understand why this guy, despite like having no idea who he is, despite he is at his age still a aspiring musician. Because holy fuck, is this guy optimistic?
Yeah.
like maybe in situations where he shouldn't be.
Right. So they bring out the voting thing, because I wondered how they were going to handle the voting thing, because it's clearly they put the X and O on the floor just like in season 2 and 3. I knew they were going to do something with the voting thing other than, hey, everybody separate like they did episode 1, right? And this is pretty brilliant. Each person who survived who was the slowest at their game gets called out here. So 180 was the slowest ball guy. 89 Michael was the slowest rock throw guy. Number 40 was the worst Goji guy. 344 was the worst House of Cards guy. He looks like Henry Winkler.
I was gonna say, I for a second thought that was Rick from season 1.
Oh yeah, he is Rick. He
kind of looks like Rick from season 1.
Yeah, I thought Henry Winkler, but you're right. Rick's pretty good. And then 289 was the worst at Jeggy, which apparently you could do whatever you want at Jeggy and still get it. So that's pretty embarrassing to be that bad at Jeggy.
I don't know if after this season I know how Jeggy works.
Yeah, there was one where they showed it in slow motion. I think it was the first game. Whoever won Jeggy for the first team with the Twins team, where like they bounced it once, bounced it twice, and then it like kind of grazed their foot the third time, and then the Squid Game person just put their hand up like you won, and it was wait, I don't know that they did. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Maybe I need to go learn how to play Jeggy. So they're gonna make everybody vote on whether to keep these people or make them go home. And there is no good reason from a strategic standpoint to keep these people, right?
Yeah, no, yeah.
And like, so this doesn't 100% work for me. If it was like the real show, it'd be like, oh, you're damning them to death, and that's
you're gonna kill them.
Dilemma.
Yeah.
Right. Here it's like, I'm here to win this money, and unless it was like, okay, so the Twins got split up, right? Then he personally would go, hey, I want to vote to keep them. But like, I don't think you could make this work where there's any option other than, hey, we're sending these people home. And, you know, they kind of play up well, Mike's the reason we're here because he counted and he was only 2 seconds off. But it's like, yeah, but this is a game where only one person can win. And so the only other reason to not vote X is like you don't want to look cutthroat in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
But at a certain point, it's like everybody else has voted X, so what's the problem, right? So this wasn't as compelling to me as I wanted it to be, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. I also think I think I'm at least glad. Because I think if this is season 1, because at one point somebody says like, yeah, I only want to take you out in the games or whatever. Like if this is season 1, I feel like the people that were in season 1 would have been like, yeah, guys, we have to play the games fairly. Everybody, we're playing the games fairly. We can't vote them out here. They passed the games. We have to take them out in a game, not now. And so I'm like excited for the future of the show because it feels like these people are a little more cutthroat.
Well, Isaac sets the tone here. He goes, at the end of the day, I'm not here to be braiding each other's hair, talking about our feelings, and playing happy family kumbaya. These guys can go home so that I can win. And it's like, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Someone with some intelligence. And so they pretty big in favor for the X's here. There's some people that vote but
and I think I would guess the O's would be even lower if one of the people wasn't Musician Man, wasn't 89.
True.
Like I think the fact that it's him and he got them through the counting at the beginning hard carries the people that are deciding to vote.
Yeah, he did actually have some cachet there, but it wasn't enough.
It wasn't.
And then Henry Winkler, one of the twins walks up and Henry Winkler goes, he's a good guy. And then he votes X, and then 289 goes, he's not a good guy, he's a little shit. And I liked that a lot. It's not going well for them, obviously. We get this weird moment from a character we only barely met, and I referenced them and like, hey, I think this is the guy that's gonna win, just because I didn't really have a good idea. He like puts on this show, 118. Jonty from Australia, who we get to know a little better this episode. And he puts on this like melodramatic show where he's like doubled over in pain from having to hit X. And it's like, brother, just hit O. Like, if you're that worried about what people think of you, just hit O and walk over there. You know what I mean? Like, X's are clearly going to win. Like, it was just this show put on for no reason.
And nobody fucking buys it.
No, they call him out later in the episode. They're like, what was that about? And he's like, oh, that sucked. And they're like, okay.
Yeah.
You know?
That was an act. Quit playing. Come on. Yep. That was extra. I mean, at one point, like, they go out. So they finish the counting and, like, they do the, like, the money is dropping in or whatever, right? And everybody's clapping. And one of the X's is looking at the O's and goes, what are they clapping for? They don't want money.
Exactly. Yeah, I loved that. I loved that. That was funny. Tara said hell yeah to that, actually.
Tara's got it all together.
Yeah, she knows. Tara could win this game.
Tara absolutely could. I've played these games before.
Viper says about John T, I could smell the fraudulent activity from a mile away. And I just think that's a crazy quote. I do like Viper, even though, again, that is not a name of a person.
Yeah.
That's like a Street Fighter character. That's like a code name. That's his gamer tag. That's not his name.
It's such a shitty gamer tag. Such a shitty gamer
Viper.
tag. I'm Viper.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
There's that Black Mirror episode, Striking Vipers. Have you ever seen that episode?
No, I've not watched any Black Mirror.
Okay, so Anthony Mackie's in this episode. I don't remember who the other actor is. But
I like him.
They're two friends, two guys that live far away from each other. And I haven't seen this episode in a while, so I might get some of the details wrong. But they start playing this Street Fighter-like game called Striking Vipers, right? But then it turns out you can, like, have sex in the game.
Oh, okay.
And so they start doing that and having this, like, weird... where, like, one of the guys is, like loves Anthony Mackie, but Anthony Mackie is, like, just did it for, like, the sexual pleasure, and now it's this awkward thing where, like, in person they're very weird, but then they go have sex in the game. It's a very like funny, like, interesting episode of Black Mirror. Anyway,
okay.
I don't know why I just had to tell you about that, but
no, I'm glad you did.
We get a loading screen from the front man where he hands a bunch of scratch-off cards to one of the guards. And they're like, yeah, this is like a calculated thing happening behind the scenes in the Squid Game, like you were referencing earlier.
Yeah.
And they say, hey, you can either eat your lunch or you get a scratcher. They don't really explain what a scratcher is, and by context, you go, it's like a lottery ticket.
Well, I mean, this is clear. This is also clearly them referencing blood. Oh my God, this is clearly them referencing bread or lottery.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They don't like come out and say it though.
No, but that's what this is.
Right. So we got Peter, who's like, I'm a gambler. I'm gonna gamba. Okay. I know what I want. And then we get Samantha, who's like, I've always been told I'm lucky. My family tells me I'm lucky.
Yeah. People are fucking lying to her.
Well, here's the thing that's so crazy, Sean, is she says that, and then we get her talking head, where she, for some reason, decides to tell us that she's the middle child, and her parents don't love her as much as the other two kids.
I gotta say, if I'm her parents at home watching this show, I'm like, hey, what the fuck, dude?
Right.
What?
Well, but then they also told her she's lucky. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, something doesn't line up here.
Well, at one point, she's also communing with the Force, so I don't know that, like...
Yeah, dude. She's a bit off her rocker, in my opinion. There's something missing there with Samantha.
This might be a little too insulting. She reminds me of the crazy lady from season 2 and 3.
The shaman?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I don't... that might be too insulting. You might have crossed the line. That might be too insulting.
Regular Pat is going to agree with me.
He might. We'll ask him.
Ask him.
Peter gets the scratchy that has a disadvantage in the next game, and he's like, wow, I'm such an idiot. I should have just laid low. I'm such an arrogant idiot. You know, I think I'm going to have to control the game, and it backfires. But then some people they want a treat. And he gets the shittiest looking pizza that I've ever seen. Like, the pizza looks, it's like a 10-inch pizza, and it just looks awful. And then someone wins a stack of donuts that actually look pretty good. And then one lady wins 5 coins for the vending machine. Peter feels even more regret because it's like, oh, I thought the benefits were going to be much better. So I risked myself for nothing, basically, because they're just getting, like, treats. And then we have Samantha convening with the Force, sitting on the ground, and we get her talking head where she talks about how her parents don't like her, apparently.
Luke,
and she is the other person. she's the other person. We're gonna call back to that later in the game.
Yeah.
But she's the other person who gets the disadvantage, and everybody's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and she goes, "I guess I trusted the universe, and when but it didn't work out for me. Not what I wanted the universe to tell me." And it's like, oh my goodness gracious, woman. And they're like, hey, it's a disadvantage, but you're not eliminated, which is true. It's not all doom and gloom. Interestingly, there is a little box in the vending machine when they go to the vending machine, and it says 1 coin for a treat, 10 coins to eliminate a player. So I'm assuming that's what that box was. Is that what you got from that? Because they don't really explain it.
I'm assuming that's what it is. But they also seem very, very like unsure about whether to trust it or not.
Well, right, because like I'm wondering if it says 10 coins to eliminate a player, but if she puts 1 coin in and selects the number where that box is, would she have gotten the box? It's unclear.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure this will come back up.
But she gets some treats because she's an idiot. If I get 5 coins, I'm saving the 5 coins and hopefully getting another 5. And then we get a little bit of some side talk with some players, one of them being Mr. Culkin himself, about the twins. People don't like the twins, which I kind of understand.
Well, there's also some conversations about, like, I don't want people with relationships left in the game.
Well, no, that's the same conversation.
Oh, is it the same conversation?
Woman,
okay.
Yeah, it's a woman whose number escapes me. I don't remember who.
Yeah.
But she's talking with Ryan Culkin, and that it's intercut with Peter talking to the twins, and Peter says something like, "Man, I was hoping I'd get an advantage so I could eliminate one of you." And I don't know which twin it is, but he goes, "Wow, man, that's crazy." like, why did you fucking say that? And he was like, I'm just kidding.
I might be a big Peter fan after this episode.
Peter's a stand-up comedian, number 24.
Yep.
And he talks about how his dad was a pastor, a Pentecostal pastor, who then died, and then his mother married another Pentecostal pastor. So he was like, man, I have to start going back to church again. And he
has a line where he goes, I do believe there's a God, but I think I'm probably going to hell.
Yeah. Well, and it's also just like, it's like, oh man, it was really sad. He doesn't go, wow, it was really sad when my dad died.
Yeah.
He goes, my dad was a pastor, he died, and then she replaced him with another pastor. And it's like, yikes, man, are you all right?
No, clearly not. He's a stand-up comedian.
Well, and he also says, he says the line about he's going to hell, but then he talks about, if it's real, I think I'm doomed. My parents were these like really religious and like good people, and I feel like I have all these problems, and it just doesn't like fit sometimes, you know? And then he says it with a smile, and then he kind of has this like face of realization after what he says, and it's like, do these people just like say anything?
They must, right?
Like they must. They already have the job, right? They're already part of the games at this point. They're interviewing them. You don't need to like reveal your whole life to these people.
Do you think like the producers over at Netflix are watching this and they're like, fuck, Peter, we need that guy to be a character in the actual in the scripted like American show. Obviously not the actor, but is watching this fucking dude talk about like, I do believe there's a God, but I think I'm probably going to hell and all this shit. Like, he seems the most like a character out of Squid Game.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. We cut to number 100, our good friend Mark, who also, he reminds me in this moment of the mama's boy from season 2 and 3. Because in the first episode, he came off as like,
you're right.
He kind of came off as like, hey, I'm a big nerd and I know that, but I'm like one of those confident nerds. I'm one of those guys that like, I am who I am and I don't care. And in this episode, it almost 180s where it's like, he's like seeking validation.
He spent one night in the dorm and it all fell apart.
Because he mentions to this group, they talk about Japan. He goes, oh, I almost went to the Star Wars con there. And they're like, there's a Star Wars con? And he goes, yeah. And they're like, I didn't know that. And he goes, hey, you're making fun of me. And they're like, no, we just don't like Star Wars. And this girl goes, I love how unapologetically like dorky you are. And you can tell this bothers him. He's like, ooh, please don't say that, you know?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm going to get into this now because this is what I wanted to talk about this episode.
Okay.
And hey, I'm a nerd. Like I like, Japanese video games, and I like Star Wars. I don't like Star Wars as much as you or Mark, but
okay, hang on. Don't do that.
You and Mark, a very specific type of person. I don't like Star Wars like that.
Hey.
You gotta know when you're that kind of person to call a spade, right?
Yeah.
And he's a dork. He's a nerd. He's whatever word you want to use for it, right? Yeah. And that's just. And then we get into this game later, where Ryan kind of points out, like, hey, because I guess we should save it till we talk about the game, but like, Mark gets so offended. And it's like, I'm sorry, Mark. Did you think you were like this 5-star athlete? Like, is that what you thought going into this? And everybody beats up Ryan for it. And I don't know. And I know it's shot a certain way.
Yeah.
But I don't know that's entirely fair. I just wanted to get that out there. We can save it till we actually get to that point. But.
So I do want to talk about Mark a little bit in terms of what you're saying. I think that Mark looks like he's a little bit older, which it's going to be fucking tragic if he isn't. Because then I'm just really insulting him. You know
well, the haircut does a lot to it. The hair. Yeah. I would actually bet, Sean, that Mark's younger than I am. I'm 38 years old for reference. Yeah. I would bet that Mark's in his early 30s. That's what I would bet.
Oh.
But having a haircut like that, dude, adds 10 years to you. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So what I was going to say is I have a feeling that Mark has a different relationship with his nerddom dorkiness than you or I do. I was going to put him like in his 40s.
Yeah, I think he's younger than me. I really do.
I still think that regardless of age, I think he clearly, to me, had a different reaction. Or maybe not a different reaction, because I guess I don't know what, your childhood as a dork what was like. But he clearly didn't have a good one, and I think that he has not let go of that. I think that, like, you can tell that when people start to talk about him like that, it brings, like, he gets really defensive about it.
Yeah, for sure.
And he never, like, it seems like he never, like, I'm doing a lot of, like, psychoanalyzing, but it seems like he's never really fully accepted that aspect.
I think we all got made fun of like that, though.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, I used to get bullied relentlessly. You know what I mean? But it's like at a certain point, you have to just be like, hey, this is who I am, and that's okay. Like, and not worry about that shit.
I guess I'm coming in from this perspective because I think it's a little bit, at least for my generation, it was a little bit easier, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
We didn't have as much of that. I mean, look, I got bullied for other things, but it wasn't really the dorkiness and,
right.
And
everybody likes Star Wars now, right?
Yeah, or like, especially when I was in high school, like it was at the fucking like peak of, like it was phase 2 of Marvel, like
right.
It was, everybody had just seen Avengers and they were so excited for the next one.
Right.
So it was like, there was a different relationship then. And Star Wars was just coming back. So like, yeah, but, I gotta say, I really want Mark to stick around because I want to see this guy go on a massive fucking heel turn. I want what happened in this episode to break Mark, and I want him to come in next episode and become a fucking supervillain, dude. It's like my dream.
We'll see on that. To get back into the game, they get called into the White Room, and they have 3 evenly colored squares. And there's enough spots for everybody except 3 people. And they're told, hey, you have a minute to divide yourselves evenly.
Yes.
And so John T is one of the people who decides, I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to be one of the 3. 111 is one of the others, and 82 is the third. Everybody else kind of divides into their teams. And they announce the 3 players who have not found a marker will not play the game. And they're like, oh, we fucking did it. We're geniuses. I was waiting for because they are eliminated. Like, I was waiting.
Yeah.
Because that would have been fucking brilliant. It would have been mean, but it would have been fucking brilliant.
And they have been kind of relentless this time around with eliminating people. Like, they're fucking chewing through people.
Right. And he's like thanking his grandma. It's like, what are you doing, man? Like, relax. So they pull the teams into the other room, and it's a gymnasium of a sort. And there's 3 lines of dots, or 4 lines of dots of different colors based on the colors you were in the room. And this game is called Catch. And basically, they are going to have you line up on these dots, one person in the middle to throw the ball to somebody. The thrower to the catcher. The catcher is in one of the lines. You can pick whichever line you want. If the ball is dropped, the thrower and the catcher are eliminated.
Yeah.
If the throw is caught, the catcher goes to the next round, the thrower goes to the next round, and the catcher becomes the thrower. And it goes on like this until they get through everybody or 16 balls are dropped.
Yes.
Okay. And there's a couple different strategies these teams employ that I thought was interesting. And one of them is put all the bad people at the front.
Mm-hmm.
Put all the non-athletic people at the front. And I thought that was very interesting. And I don't think that was the right call necessarily, but we can get into why. One other thing that happens I want to mention before we kind of dive into this is the 3 in the room, they're not playing the next game, but they have to pick proxies for them. And if their proxy gets eliminated, they are also eliminated. So they're basically horse betting, which I think is really funny. Just a brilliant move on their part. And I really enjoy that twist for them.
We're not horses.
Yeah, they pick their 3 people. We get a lot of time of the different teams strategizing. And do you feel like it was clear on exactly how this game works based on what they told us? Because I was a little confused until they started
I got a little confused about one thing, and that was I was under the assumption that they had to remain in their spot. And multiple times people run forward to catch it.
They're a little lenient on that. I think what they would tell you if they were like being like all official about it is that when before the ball is in the air, you have to be in your spot, and
that's
then you just
kind of what I.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what they told them on set. Because I thought the same thing too. But they were allowing people to like run out of the spot to catch it if the throw was bad or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think you would try to convince your team the strategy is here, Sean?
Put me at the front, please, dear God.
Because you're not confident you could catch it.
I'm gonna fuck this up if you put me in. If you let me look at this fucking thing. Because here's the thing, we both want to live, right? The thrower and the catcher both go out, so you should listen to me when I say that. I think like past the 5th person in line, it's starting to get a little sketchy. For me.
No, I get it. When they were coming up with the strategy, I didn't understand. In my head, for some reason, I thought you would just walk up and it would just be like an easy throw. I don't know why I didn't think that they would have to stand in their spot.
They have to stand in spot. Yeah.
That didn't cross my mind, and it's probably my fault, not the show's. At one point during the strategizing, Sean, this insane thing happens where there's a blonde woman. She's 100 something. Her hair is covering the rest of her number, and she goes, I'm a good actress. So like, what if like I'm in the front and I'm like, hey, yo, I can't close my hand all the way. And everybody's kind of like, what? Like, it reminded me of a recent BoJack Horseman episode we watched when they're buried in the underground. And every time Mr. Peanut Butter would suggest something, like the parrot woman would say something like insane. And everybody would be like, what? Like, that's literally, everybody's like shaking their heads. She's like, we have to come up with a name for the condition. And they're like, no, that's not going to work. Like, everybody's like, we're not doing that. And she's kind of just like insane. Like, what?
I have to ask. I think, and I'm curious what you think. I think this would be a fucking awesome game in the fucking American like version of the show. Cause like, okay, at first I was like, I think this could be fun, and then I added the caveat of they're shooting people when they drop it. Okay, and they're getting rid of the bodies, but they're not mopping up the blood. Okay? So you're like you can move off your spot. Like you have to start at your spot and then you can run forward to catch it. But the fucking as it gets further back, the floor is starting to get kind of slick with blood from all the people that have been shot. I think this could be like, can you imagine Gihan like fucking sliding across the floor and just fucking
Gihan's dead, Sean.
You get what I'm saying though. Like if this was
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I think this would be a fun fucking game for the for one of the scripted shows.
Yeah, no, I think this would be fun. My first thought was like they're throwing grenades, but I don't know how that actually works.
They have to catch a bullet out of the air.
I don't know how you control that. You know,
you have to catch a bullet.
That's more hot potato than catch.
Oh, hot potato. Now that you say that, though, hot potato would be a fucking.
Hot potato would go nuts.
Awesome game.
Hot potato would go crazy. So now it's about the time where we get to this thing I alluded to earlier, where Ryan in his group, which Mark is also in his group, and he goes, I'm going to throw something out. This is going to be a little crazy, okay? Now remember, the one throwing it is going to be the judging who's going to catch it. They're going to judge Mark a lot. And Mark's kind of like, oh, well, what? And he goes, he doubles down. They will judge him. And everybody's like, what? And he goes, on how you look and how you talk. Exactly. They're going to judge Mark harsher than the rest of us.
Yeah.
And like, they cut to the room of the three guys and they're like, man, this is savage. And he's like, if we put Mark right here, no one's going to throw anything to Mark. And Mark goes, why am I the scapegoat?
Oh.
And I go, just listen, Mark. He goes, just listen, Mark. It's perception. People judge you, Mark. They judge you, and they say, hey, we're not going to throw to you. And he looks like he's like taking it in good sport at first. He's like, then everyone behind you is going to be safe. And he goes, it's sixth grade again. And then finally, this Chad man steps forward and goes, Ryan, I'm going to stop you right there. Well, damage is already done, bud. I don't know why you're acting like you're stopping something from happening.
Peter,
goes, we're not going to continue singling out one person like that. And everybody kind of turns on Ryan. And like, I get it. I do get it. I get like Mark's hurt by this.
Yeah.
But they're acting like Ryan just committed some sort of war crime. Okay. all Mr. Culkin said was, hey, this guy looks like he can't catch a ball. Okay. And I think I'm right about that. So we should put him at the front. And everybody's like, hey man, you're persecuting him. That's not okay, Ryan. And he's like, he starts crying and it's like, oh my God, dude, what are we doing here? This is a game to win money.
But you know what? Hey, if we resort to name calling, okay, we're just as bad as them. He didn't
call him a name. He just said, "Hey, man, they're gonna judge you." Okay,
they're gonna judge you. Okay, my name is Ryan Culkin. I know a thing about being judged. When my older brothers,
my brothers are famous movie stars, and look at me, I'm in the fucking Squid Game. Okay, I know about being judged.
Yeah. You know, everybody thinks I'm gonna be like Macaulay and not Kieran. You know?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? I could be Kieran. I could be.
But I'm not even Macaulay, to be honest. But Mark talks about nature versus nurture and how his parents raised him to be very kind and how his parents are great. And that's like great and everything. But like you said, and maybe he is older than me, we're talking about like a 30 to 40-year-old man who can't handle being told that you're going to be judged because of how you look and talk.
Yeah, he's clearly incredibly sensitive.
Right, in a game about doing a sport. You know what I mean? Like, like I would have been like, Mark, do you play sports?
Yeah.
And if he said anything other than no, I'd be like, wow, I wouldn't have expected that from looking at you. Right? Am I wrong?
I know. I really am now envisioning you in Ryan's shoes.
Yeah.
Because you'd be like, you turn into like a and I think you should leave character.
I would double down. I would 100% double down. Ryan gave up. He said, they're like, that's not cool, Ryan. And he gave up. I would be like, wait a minute here. What's happening? You wanna boo me because I'm right?
Yeah, you would absolutely turn into it. I think you should leave character.
I'd go, Mark, can you catch a ball? And he'd go, no. And I'd go, exactly my point. You can't catch a ball. You're not an athlete. You're a big Star Wars guy. If I want to talk about kyber crystals, you'd be first in line. But we're not doing that. We're catching a ball.
And then he'd go, you know about kyber crystals?
And I'd be like, yes, nerd, because you're not it's not weird to be a nerd now. You're making it weird. It's not weird to be a nerd. God. Oh, everybody makes fun of me because I like Star Wars. Like, grow up, dude. Everybody likes Star Wars. I make fun of people for liking Star Wars because you guys are nerds, so I guess I'm still in the same boat as it used to be, but, like, I'm the only one. Everybody else likes Star Wars. When I say I don't like Star Wars, people are like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And I go, no, what's wrong with you? Because Star Wars fans are cringe.
But I do really like Ben Quadraneros.
I do like Ben Quadraneros, and I do like Babu Frick.
Babu.
And you know what? You know what? I liked the new trilogy, okay? I thought it was fun.
Oh, shit.
Okay?
Dude, Mike is taking a stand tonight on the episode.
Cancel me.
Mike is standing tall with sword and shield in hand.
Oh my god! I
just
accidentally screen capped this part. Hold on, I have to show it to you. It is maybe the funniest, like, screen that I could have paused on. I'll put it in the episode too. Oh, I almost just sent it to Fabio on accident. Brian standing there on the left, upset because everybody hated this idea. And then Mark crying, like trying to hold back tears welling up. What a crazy screen grab. Anyway, and you know what? Hey, people, you might be like, Mike's being insensitive about this, and I might be like, but I just don't think it's not like he said like, yo, Mark's bald and fat and he's a nerd. You know what I mean? He didn't. He just said, hey, people aren't going to want to throw this guy the ball because they're going to judge him based on how he looks.
Yeah.
I don't think that's that crazy, and I don't think it's anything crying about. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Hey, I'm standing about 10 feet behind you, but I'm with you.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Sean's like, yeah, boo this guy. when we get put in the celebrity Squid Games, you are absolutely not going to back me up.
I'm going to back you up from about 10 feet away in a crowd, so it's kind of, and I'm going to deepen my voice. I'm like, yeah, this guy fucking sucks. Yeah, right? Yeah.
So they bring out the balls, and like, in my head...
I'm gonna be Tim Robinson in the hot dog outfit.
Yeah.
Who's
that's
doing this?
Yeah.
Who said that?
We're trying to find who did this. They bring out the tennis balls, and they're pink tennis balls. In my head, when they were describing the game, and they talked about how, hey, if you drop a ball, we bring out a different ball. I was like, oh, are they gonna have like different kinds of balls? Like, oh, one round it's a football, and then it's a soccer ball, and then it's a basketball, and then a baseball, because that would have been pretty interesting. But they just went with tennis balls, which is fine. I think those are hard to catch. Like, I feel like that's fair, you know?
Yeah.
They keep showing the three guys in the room by themselves, like, group hugging each other a lot. Like, an uncomfortable amount of them group hugging.
People get very, like, lovey-dovey very quickly.
Yeah, I didn't notice it on first watch, but as I'm like rewatching it while talking to you about it, I'm like, they're hugging a lot.
Yeah.
So number 17 has to be the first thrower because she's the lowest number that was at the front of the line, which is a nice way of doing it.
Yeah.
And she tosses to one of the twins, and he catches it. Boom, and she's in. Good for her. And then the blue team strategy was supposed to be they just continue throwing to their line.
Yeah.
Right? So one twin throws it to the other twin, and someone goes, wow, the twins are up front. That's pathetic. And it's like, man, these guys can't catch a break. No matter what these guys do, everybody's like, these fucking scumbags over here. These scumbag twins, you know?
Yeah.
So 431 is now the thrower, and he has the guy who I was describing, who I've only described in my head before as aggressively bald. Like, he's just, I'm a bald man, okay? This guy is aggressively bald. And then I said to Tara, I bet this guy's a cop. Like, I literally said that to her. I said, I bet this guy's a cop. Because
he does have cop vibes.
Basically what happens is 431 is like, hey, I know we had a plan, but like, that's kind of a far throw for me. So I'm going to switch it up. And aggressively bald man is like, no, that's not the plan, bro. That wasn't the plan. He's like pissed. He's like, he's like, you're changing the plan on us? Really? You're changing the plan on us? He's got this like New York, New Jersey accent. And he's like, be confident in me. I'll catch the ball. And, you know, he's like, hey, that was the plan. And like, they're melting down here. And he's like, I played baseball my whole life. And then the one girl's like, yo, you made your decision. Do it. And so he gets hyped up by the guy and says, you know what? I'm going to stick with the plan. I'll throw it to you, bro. It's not that far of a throw. Like, the fact that this twin decided, hey, this is too far of a throw for me, then he was going to switch up is crazy to me. Because it is not that far of a throw. I understand if it was you, Sean.
Okay.
Because people are going to judge you, right?
People are going to judge
based on how you talk and how you look.
Look, I'm neither of the twins. You know what I'm saying? So like,
right. They seem athletic, is my point. And
they seem
I know you're
athletic.
not. So
yeah, okay. Well,
your own admission earlier in the show, you're not athletic.
I'm not.
You said you would fail horribly at this game.
I would fail. I did say if I'm not like around person number 6, we're in trouble.
So again, people are like, man, the twins are kind of exposing themselves by trying to go back on that. It's like, holy shit, you guys, the twins are the most hated people in the world.
Dude, they're Emperor Palpatine.
Bald man is named Matthew, and he is a cop.
Yep.
Number 98. And he does talk about how like, he's from Brooklyn, and he does talk about how like he's always been someone that's wanted to like run towards trouble and help people, which is like cool, man. You know, like you seem like a decent guy, you know.
Yeah.
But you're a cop, so it's like, you know.
Yeah.
Like what are we doing here? But and he tells this like he tells a story about how he had to deliver his own baby in his kitchen.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, what a brag, man. You know, that's cool and all, but like he was definitely trying to get like cool points with people for saying that, you know. 98, Matthew, is yelling, screaming from the bench, and someone goes, number 98's being real annoying. And I think that's really funny because I thought that as well.
Is this around the time when they start playing Easy Street?
I believe it's right after this throw. Like he throws it, which this guy stretches his leg over.
Yeah.
So like it's like, this guy's a pansy, dude. What are we doing here? And then they like chest bump like it's some big achievement. Yeah, it was. People are way too hype about like the short throws here, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's around then they start doing the montage and playing Easy Street. As people continue to survive here.
Have you seen The Walking Dead?
To a certain point.
Okay. There's an episode, it's in one of the Negan seasons, where Daryl is like being held hostage by Negan, and he's just living in a room where they just blast Easy Street. That's right. Okay, so
I was losing my mind, and I didn't ask Tara, and I should have, because she would have remembered that. But I was like, what do I know this song from?
Yeah.
And I was like, is this like in season 2 or 3 of Squid Game? That's what was my thought.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. That's where I know it from. Is they blast that to like torture Daryl. That's right.
Yeah,
I have seen that.
Yep. Great song.
Yeah, great song. Most of the blue line goes down all the way.
Yeah.
This one guy juggles the ball, like bounces it off his hand 3 or 4 times before catching it. And they're like, oh, yeah, and a piece of cake, you know, whatever, yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of movement. And then they start going to the pink line. Because presumably, we don't know, but they presumably get scared, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of slow-mo montages of people, like, dabbing each other up. And then 351 drops the ball, and the song comes out. And 97 and 351 are done, which is very unfortunate for them. People start crying. There's literally people on the bench bawling their eyes out.
Yeah. Again, people aren't being shot.
No, they're not dying, folks.
I mean, contrary to what people seem to believe,
they're not actually dying, but there's people instantly in tears. They're in tears like they got told that people were going to judge them.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
That's the kind of. Okay, I'm being mean. I'm being mean now. I'm being mean now.
All right. That was a good bit, though. That was good.
Yeah. Thank you. We're not playing catch in the backyard anymore, someone says from the bench. And so now we have, there's no disadvantage for player 352 to catch the ball. But she, earlier in the episode, was like, I'm bad at this kind of stuff. Like, she was basically like this. And you can tell the way she catches the ball. Yeah, she's not very good at it.
Yeah, it's rough.
So they're going to give her a disadvantage, which for her is a very tiny ball, which I think is really funny. They bring out this tiny ball on like a platter kind of thing.
Yeah.
Very, very, very funny stuff. It's comically tiny, this ball.
Yeah.
It's like smaller than a golf ball.
Yeah.
It's like a bouncy ball, maybe.
It kind of looks like to me like one of those like little I don't even know. Like one of those, like maybe like you would shoot out like a not a Nerf gun, but like, you know, there's those little gun things that shoot
like a ping pong ball, like a yeah. So she throws it to Peter and he catches it because Peter is a true mensch. And
yep.
He also has the disadvantage, so it's kind of funny how that worked out.
Yeah.
And his disadvantage is a blindfold.
Yeah, which is crazy.
And Tara called this. Tara said it's going to be a blindfold. And then it opened up and it was a blindfold.
Yeah, we're fucked, by the way. If I've got a blindfold on, we are fucked.
Yeah. So Peter is going to... Ryan's like, hey, throw it to me, man. I got you.
If I have a blindfold, I'm turning to you because I assume you're already on the bench. You're already passed.
Yeah.
And I'm just going, who am I taking with me?
Yeah, just whip it at somebody.
I'm like, just tell me who I'm taking with me, because I'm going out here.
But Ryan really steps up for Peter here because he's like, hey, I want you to throw it to me, man. You know, and it's like, hey, maybe
he's judging Peter to be a good person.
Right, exactly. Yeah, right. Maybe don't be so hard on Ryan Culkin, all right? And Peter tells him, hey, I got a sister that's single, dude. If you catch this, I'm hooking you up.
Dude, I'm a Peter stan. I want Peter to go all the way with this.
So Peter throws it to Ryan. He catches it. And he does little finger guns. And
yeah.
And he's like, I can't predict what's going to happen with my sister's love life, but I hope it works out. So then Ryan is up to throw, and everybody's like, on the bench, like, yo, he said some really not nice things about Mark. And it's like, did he? Is that what happened? Or did he say Mark looks like he can't catch a ball? Because that's what he said.
This is like the opposite of what happened on the glass bridge last season.
Right. So, but Ryan, if there is some kind of karma with what he said, he gets it right here because he also just a wild overhand throw.
Yeah.
And then the guy he threw it to just absolutely muffs it, just absolutely bungles it. Yeah. And so someone even says, that's karma. He shouldn't have said those things about Mark. He shouldn't have said Mark couldn't catch the ball. And they're like, Mark, don't worry about it. He's gone now. He can't hurt you anymore. It's like,
can't hurt you anymore. The evil witch is dead. Ding dong.
Yeah, dude. And Mark's like, I'm just trying not to put bad energy out there in the talking head. And it's like, what the fuck, man? You act like this guy, like, oh, it's infuriating to me because it's
he burned my village down. He murdered my dog.
361 is throwing to 383, who is one of the proxies for the guys in the room. And she throws a crazy ball, and this girl catches it anyway. Yeah. But, like, it's, like, over her head. It's fast. It's like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
And then Kurt catches the next ball. So Kurt's up, and he's throwing it to Old Man River here, Colonel Sanders with the beard, 216. And he catches it because he's a pro. And we're getting down to like there's not very many people left, and they've only dropped a couple balls, right? So they're clearly not going to get it from the 16 balls being dropped.
Yeah.
And there's just a quick montage of more people passing, and 229 gets asked, "Can you catch?" And she goes, "Nope." and the guy's like, "All right, well, I'm not throwing to you then."
Thanks for being honest.
So he throws to 443, who's right in front of Mark. And she catches it, no problem. And then she's putting her faith in Mark.
Yeah.
She decides, I'm putting my faith in Mark. She's like, Mark, there's nothing more important in this moment than you, Julie, and the ball. You've got this. People care about you. Breathe. You've got this. It's like brother is losing it.
Mark.
And she's like, you think you got this, Mark? 100%. He goes, I'm going to catch the ball. And she's like, 100%. He goes, I got 100 on my chest. 100%. Right, dude. The whole time this was happening, I was picturing Luke Skywalker with the like blinders on, trying to like deflect the little shots from the drone or whatever.
I'm thinking of him in the X-wing at the end of A New Hope, and he's just like, turn off your targeting computer.
Yeah, exactly.
He's believe you're smart and you're kind. Be proud of yourself.
You should be saying, believe you can catch the ball, because being smart and kind has nothing to do with that, Mark. Which is the point I've been making this whole time. She's like, you got this, Mark, player 100. And he hits himself in the chest and does what I can only describe as an insane person laugh. Like, he is so nervous. He's like one of those laughs. And it's like, this guy's so cooked.
It cuts back to her, and you can see her being like, I'm fucked.
Yeah, she's like, and he's like, I got you. He keeps going, I got you on 3. Yeah. And then he like squints like, oh no, maybe I don't got this. Like, it's very similar to the nurse in the first episode who was like, yeah, I got this. And then was like, hey, if I don't get it, y'all, don't blame me. It's like, what is happening?
Hey, hang on.
And he's like, be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself.
Yeah.
And that's where the episode ends, is her toss.
You know what know who Mark looks like?
Who?
Mark looks like who Dustin from Stranger Things will be in like 40 years.
He has much better teeth than Dustin, though.
That's true.
Because like Dustin has that like the actor, I don't remember his name. He has like some kind of like disease, right?
Maserati.
He has some sort of thing, right?
Yeah,
where
I think
that's
so.
why his teeth didn't grow in properly at first or something.
I think so. Yeah, I'm not certain.
Yeah. I just didn't want Mark's teeth to get like, I've been pretty mean to Mark. I don't, I just want him to get credit.
I wasn't like saying it's a bad thing to look like a grown up.
Nah,
Dustin,
I don't know, Sean.
Dustin's
this
a good looking
is karmic.
Kid. This is
karmic.
karmic. Oh no, I'm gonna get. I'm gonna.
You're not gonna catch the ball.
You're
gonna be Ryan number 2.
Hey, if I'm Mark, I'm not catching this fucking ball.
Okay, so this is brilliant. The way they shot this final moment is she throws the ball and it's in slow-mo, and then they cut to his face, like a really close-up shot of his face, and the ball's already in the air according to the show, and people are like watching it go by, and then he kind of stands there for a minute, like he doesn't know the ball's thrown, and then starts to move, right? And that's where the episode cuts. And I know it's editing, but it looks like he didn't move until the ball was almost right next to him. And,
Dude,
and so it's...
I won't know until next episode, but I think he was guided by the will of the Force. I think he surrendered himself to the will of the Force, and it guided him.
Old Ben Kenobi, dude, was there.
Dude, he was there. Mark, fucking move, Mark.
Mark, you have to move. You have to put your hands up, Mark.
It's almost there, Mark. Come on,
Mark, you literally have to. Mark, you're not going to catch it, Mark. So I guess my question to end this episode with you, Sean, is: did Mark catch the ball?
I want to say yes, because again, I want to see the heel turn. I think they just did a thing where last episode they were like, "Oh God, what's gonna happen?" So I think, and then it turned out really well for Zoe at the beginning of this episode, so I could see it going the opposite direction, where this is gonna be the end of our story with Mark. But I'm hoping Mark is gonna go Team Evil after this.
So you're saying he caught it?
He catches it, and he turns to the dark side of the Force.
I think he does not catch it.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
I think he does not catch it, and all the Ryan supporters are validated and vindicated.
I don't know that there are that many, if I'm going to be honest with you.
It's me. If Ryan has 0 fans, I'm dead. Rest in peace, Ryan, you sweet prince.
You sweet angel. Fly high.
Ryan Culkin. You're my favorite Culkin.
Rest easy. We'll see you in Valhalla.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's the episode. We have categories we do, right?
I did come up with some categories.
Okay.
So who do you think was the best player of this episode?
I got to give it to Peter. Even though he started off bad by getting the scratch off and getting the disadvantage, he helped Samantha by catching the tiny ball, and then threw a nice ball to Ryan blindfolded.
Yeah,
and then hit a finger gun. It doesn't get better than that, dude.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna give it to the guy that I want to give it to the guy that got is it Ganji with the dice?
Yeah, Ganji.
Yeah, I think I want to give it to the guy who got that right away. Gangi, I don't know. Who got it I think it was 96 maybe.
He ended up dying, but yeah, the guy with the glasses.
Yeah, he ended up losing because it's not the most time consuming of them, because you can always with the rock one you have to go get it. But I feel like it's the hardest to do. I feel like that is probably
you have
the
to chain everything together, right?
Yeah.
Like you could do every single thing right, and then you get the last one wrong, and you have to start over.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like mentally, it's like the rock throwing one, but
yeah, I would say that I think that is I'd say he was the MVP in terms of actually playing some of the games.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Who do you think is most likely to win at this point?
So the last episode I said Jonty just because I didn't think I had a really good answer.
Yeah.
I now think Jonty is, and this is a new category actually that I'm going to spring on you.
Okay.
And it's called the Lorenzo category. who is the most psychotic person here? And I think it's Jonty right now.
It is Jonty. That's true.
I think he's insane. So he's our current Lorenzo. But I've switched my who's going to win to Viper, because while I do not think Viper is a name of a person, I do think Viper's got
a winner.
Viper's got the mindset of a champion,
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
I think right now I'm going to give it to Peter, just cuz they introduced him and he has main character energy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it to him on this one.
Okay.
And then who would you want to win at this point?
I'm still going to go with Kurt.
Okay. Yeah, real estate bro.
Papa Kurt.
Yeah, Papa Kurt.
I like Papa Kurt.
Yeah, I want it to come down to him and Zoe, and I want him to kill Zoe.
Yeah, I want him to snap her neck. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I want him to drop her off of the off the tower. I want him to him to
like regular Pat style, drop her off the tower.
Yeah. I want it to be okay, so as we're getting towards the end, she betrays him, right? But now that it's oh my god, it's just us two left, we can do it. I'm back, Dad. I'm back. I've seen the light. And he's just there is no coming back, or something like that. He's like, I'm sorry, little one. As he advances.
I like that. Here's my pitch. You ready for my pitch?
Okay, yeah.
It's they're on the tower, and he looks like he drops her on accident.
Yeah.
But then he's like, oh my god, I can't believe I dropped my daughter,
Yeah.
But then it cuts to secret camera footage of him pretending to or practicing dropping someone. Oh, that's what I want. Regular Pat style.
I want him and his daughter to square off at the end, and I want him to just I'm sorry, little one.
Yeah. So the next episode is called The Doll. With everything on the line, which players will drop the ball? A mysterious object appears in the dormitory, sparking a flurry of strategy and suspicion.
Do we think it's going to be the fucking doll thing from Red Light, Green Light?
I think so. Also, this episode, much shorter than the last two.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the first two were 59 minutes. This is 46 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So
interesting.
Yeah. I want you to know that I was like making the thumbnail for the first episode, and I was looking for pictures of current this season. Yeah. And when I searched for that, there was a headline I saw that said, "What really happened during Mingle?"
Yeah,
and
I
Mingle
saw that
is the fourth
as well.
episode. And I'm very excited to see what happens during Mingle.
I'm very excited. I'm just very excited for all of this.
Anyway,
I think we're in for some good shit.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this so far. It's like not high quality television, but it's just high enough quality television.
Yeah, and we always have a good time with it.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, if you want to, where can people find you, Sean?
You guys can find me here doing this podcast and other infamous podcast, What Is This, a Crossover episode, where we discuss the hit show BoJack Horseman.
Right now, season 4 of What Is This, a Crossover episode is posting every Monday on our YouTube, Super Spaghetti Bros Podcast Network YouTube channel, and anywhere else you get podcasts. So please go check that out. We had a lot of fun making that, and we're still in the process of making it. So
no, we're done. No, we're
So go check that out. You can find me on Twitter at SpikeGhetti Bros or twitch.tv/Super Spaghetti Bros. We haven't been streaming as much lately, but we're hoping to do that soon. And thank you everybody for listening and watching. We're trying to negotiate some special guests for a couple of these episodes, so I hope you will please look forward to that. Sean, I am ready to end this episode.
I am also ready to end this episode.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye,
Goodbye.
guys. Hello and welcome. Fuck, nope. I was not prepared for it. That was not the right vibe.